Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Just doing a quick update on the shed build. So far I've got the main structure up. I've insulated all around using EcoQuilt insulation. 16 by 8 shed used 4 rolls, and at the minute they're £85 a roll from Wicks, so yeah, I've got that sorted. Currently in the process of ply lining. So this is what the insulation looks like. You've got to use aluminium foil tape. I don't know how well you can see the tape there, but it's 75mm wide. When you're putting this stuff up, you've got to have a 50mm overlap. I've gone slightly over that because cutting this stuff in half proved a bit of a pig, so I've just done one layer from the floor up. It's about 1.2 meters wide, this roll. So we've got a 600mm overlap between the two layers. It's actually keeping the shed really quite a nice constant temperature so far. I'm using 3.6mm ply from Build Base. So this is one of the offcuts I've got here, so you can see it's only really thin stuff, but I wanted to keep it as thin as possible so I can have the maximum space inside. So yeah, there's 2 panels they're going to be going on each end wall, and then there's going to be a panel on a sheet and a half on the sides. You see I've got my tools laid down in the middle so far. I'm just having to move them as I'm working on sections. So yes, I've got some. This is probably going to flare the lens out a bit now. But I've got some quite nice LED lights from Amazon and the cables. So that cost me about, I think these were £20 a piece, and it was £20 for the cables themselves. So it's just a standard screw-in light fixture on one end and a standard 3-pin socket on the other, with a quite nice little toggle switch. So these will be mounted up on the wall later on. The entire shed's going to be run from an extension cable for the first year or so, just to save a bit of cost on the installation of the wiring and all that. So for the installing the insulation on the side of the shed, all I've done was use a handheld staple gun and 14mm staples. I've gone around and then afterwards sealed all the joints up with the aluminium tape, and then with my compressor powered staple gun or nail gun, this Clark Beastie, that's the model number there, you can see it. So it's the Clark nailer stapler. Don't worry, I know I'm pointing it at myself, but there's no wire connected to it. And I'm using some quite hefty size staples in this one. I can't remember exactly what size they are, but that's them there. I've got a roll here. Let's have a look. Let's have a measure. So they are 2.5 inch or 63mm, whichever you prefer. So I'm using them, and I know it doesn't look very neat at the minute, especially along this edge here, because it's slightly bowed, because the shed's not 100% square. It's like 98% square, but with anything kit built, it's never 100%. So yeah, I've just been going around and stapling them to the battens that form the framing of the panels. So yeah, so the two gable ends, I'm using two sheets cut down slightly upright, and then on the sides I'm using sheets going long ways, and this is all going to be painted up. So the layout is still going to be using the two helixes that I built on my old layout. They were expensive and I didn't want to throw them away, especially with the amount of track that I had to use to put them up, to get them operational. So for the layout, there's going to be a helix in this corner. My workbench is going to go next to the door, or between the door and the helix. In that corner there's going to be the other helix, and then along the back on the bottom level is going to be a 4-platform station. So it's going to be a 2-track mainline, but there's going to be the outer 2 platforms are going to be bi-directional, so I can run a train in, terminate the service and reverse out again. So that's going to be the 2 outer platforms. The 2 inner platforms are going to be single directional only. So yeah, it's coming along. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought. The upper level is going to be basically just countryside, but I may put in a small yard of some sort just to give me some little shunting activity. In the middle, I'm still working the yard out a little bit, I think. So I've planned on any rail, the whole layout, but now I've got the shed built and I'm putting the lining up for the inside. I might have to tweak it slightly because I'm going to have a yard go down the middle, but I'm worried that I'm not going to have enough access between so the edge of this toolbox is going to be the edge of the lower baseboard, and then was going to be another section in the middle here, basically where all these tools are lined up, as the yard area, but I'm not entirely sure I'm going to have enough room now. So the yard may have to be tweaked slightly. So yeah, so what I'll do, bear in mind it's 5:45 on the 28th of August. As you can see, it's still quite bright outside. But what I'll do, I'll turn both the lights off, and you can see how much extra light they actually do give. So if I pull the double doors shut quickly, I have to get the extension cable out of the way. So I pull this door shut, and then the other one. My foot is now in the way of both doors, so I'm not going to close fully. But if I turn the lights back on now, the door's still shut. Oh, no it's not. I'll let go of it. So the doors are both shut, and this is how much light these 2 LED lights from Amazon are putting out, and they're quite bright. You definitely get a little stars when you look directly at them, that's definitely for sure, but they're quite nice because it's got a main downlight unit and then 5 wings on them. So if I turn this one off and show you a close up, so that's the downlight section. There are a couple LEDs that point straight up as well, which is quite nice, but these all fold, so you can either have them all straight up, straight down like those, you can have them upright like that, or fanned out to give the ideal lighting. So these ones were the 100 watt, I believe. So they were 20 quid from Amazon. So yeah, it's it's like having no roof on with the amount of light in here, which is going to be ideal. So yeah, it's coming along. It's still going to take another couple of months before I can start getting any track or even just the baseboards built. But yeah, so that it's coming along, and I hope that this is going to be able to be a better layout than my previous one.